Let me see. We in here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Looks like we're live now. Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. Give some people a chance to get on. I know it's been a minute. I took off all last week. Things was a little busy around the house. Had to clean up under threat of death. Now I know some of y'all like, why would it take the threat of death for you to clean up? No, Mrs. Livingston like to do this deep clean at the end of the year, and then this deep clean comes spring, the whole spring cleaning thing. So when it get warm outside, there's not a particular date, but when it get warm outside, when she feel like it, because she thinks she in charge. So when she feel like it, it's time to clean up. So that was last week, and but I'm back now. But I'm back. So welcome, happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. Kelly Prather, Happy New Year. And as is normal, if I can get it out, it really don't. You know what? And I'm gonna try to. I be killing myself trying to speak appropriately, conjugate my verbs right. I'm not doing that anymore. If I just start talking and it sound like gibberish, you should understand what I mean. If we could put S's on the end of stuff that don't get S's, and the rules of writing, speaking, spelling, any of that kind of stuff, I'm over it. So, look, if I don't speak correctly, oh well. Just think about it like me putting an S on the end of something that don't have an S. But Happy New Year, everybody, or Happy New Year's for those of you who like to say that. Happy New Year's. As is normally our custom, come on and check in. Say hello, wish a Happy New Year to everyone, and just kind of tell us where you're checking in from. So we got Kelly Prather. She says Happy New Year. Not sure where she's checking in from. David, Happy New Year. From Westchester. All right, with the rich people. Brian says Happy New Year. Another Brian says Happy New Year. Scott from West Walnut Hills. All right. Miss Pittsburgh. Good afternoon. Daryl, Happy New Year. Or according to Daryl, Happy New 365 days. All right. We got Miss Pittsburgh, you and Wyatt been gone. Ain't nobody come on. And I meant to call Wyatt today, but I was a little busy earlier in the day. And then, I try to make some food, try to make some gravy, and I just still can't make gravy. But I didn't get a chance to call Wyatt. I just assumed that he was not going to be on today. It's the first day, that Monday, which would be that holiday if you were in a traditional workplace. So I said, he probably ain't gonna come on today, but I'll reach out to him. Look, we got lives. We got stuff we got to do. No, I know y'all know that. I'm just having fun with y'all. Veronica, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. David says the grammar bell is gone. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not worried about no grammar. I'm not worried about S's. I might just start talking gibberish. You'll know what I mean, though. You'll know what I mean. That's all that matters. If I can make you know what I mean, it don't matter how I say it. Because we just throwing out the rules. And I'm down with it. We got Tria, Happy New Year from Columbia Township. We got Myosha, it's one of my haters. When have you ever spoken correctly? I still don't know what a vagina is. You know what a vagina is. Stop it. Daryl says it's Happy New Year, not New Year's. It's whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be. Rules be damned. We not paying no attention to the rules. Brian says he checking in from Pleasant Run Farms. All right. Elaine, Happy New Year's. She said Happy New Year. Kelly says she checking in from Oakley. All right. Brenda, Brenda, happy New Year. And happy, I'm not saying that, from Fairfield. All right. Yeah, I'm not saying all of that. I'm still not watching the NFL. Still not watching the NFL. I think I'm going to go back to the NBA. I didn't like what they did with Kyrie Irving, but he's back. He's back. So he's back. I punished him enough. I'll go back to watching the NBA, even though now I feel lost because I feel like I'd have missed almost half the season not watching. But I'll go back to that. I'll go back to that. And I will end my NFL boycott. Roger Goodell, is he still the commissioner? Roger, I will end my NFL boycott when you get a black majority owner of a team. That's when I will end it. So I know y'all ain't gonna have Colin Kaepernick back because y'all some racist bastards. But either Colin Kaepernick get a gig or a black majority owner. So that's when I'll be back. If not, then oh well, I'm just out. Sierra says, Happy New Year from Cambridge, Massachusetts. All right, up there with the smart people. There are people who actually believe that. I'm for real. I talked to an attorney, actually a judge, who believes that if you went to Harvard or, an Ivy League school, you're smarter than people who didn't. And I'm like, did you go to an Ivy League school? Like, no. Then why are you practicing? Why are you a judge? You should just give up that degree and just, go become a sanitation worker. You're not as smart as somebody who went to an Ivy League institution. It just be boggling my mind sometimes, the way people think about stuff. Crystal, is that Hoskins? I can't see all that well. Hello, Emanuel, and everyone checking in from work. Forest Park. Happy they made you work today? I say quit. Quit that damn job. Who are they to make you work? No, I'm just playing. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Gotta get that money. Brian says he's checking in from Springfield Township. All right. Dante, Happy New Year from Amelia. Amelia in the house. Anthony from Clifton. Happy New Year, fam. Daryl says, I'm checking in from God's country north of I-275. Not exactly sure what that means, but all right. Ross Freeman says, blessed New Year from a better place. All right. Praise the Lord. Keisha, Happy New Year from North College Hill. All right. Tria says, are we cussing this year, Emanuel? I don't know. Should we be cussing this year, Tria? Did I cuss? Sometimes they slip out and I don't even know. Did I cuss today? I don't think I've cussed all year. Maybe I'll keep that going. Maybe I won't cuss this year. I won't cuss this year. Kelly says, right, speak your Ebonics. It ain't, we just rules. I don't think, hold on, about my cussing thing. I don't think hell, ass, and damn are cuss words. I don't consider those cuss words. They in the Bible. I don't consider them cuss words. So we just saying, damn the rules in terms of this English language that was forced upon us. Cleopatra Jones, happy another year from my couch. All right. Vincent Jones, say happy New Year from Avondale. Excuse me. David Heron says, it will be. Sierra, that's right. Who need rules? Who need rules? We got cheating ass Pamela Kenny says, good afternoon, Emanuel and experimentalists. Checking in from North Avondale, getting ready to make some homemade gravy with your cheating ass. She not making no homemade gravy. She got some gravy starter. You know what I'm saying? Who cooks with gravy starter? She cheating. That's cheating, Pamela. That's cheating. If you don't like, I'm on Facebook, and on Facebook, I just posted earlier today because you gotta eat, and made some, and I was trying to make gravy. I cannot make gravy. I can't make, and look, I've watched people do it. It's the simplest thing in the world. It's just one of those things I can't do. I cannot make gravy. And then Pamela posted a picture of some gravy starter. Talk about just use this. No, I want to make gravy. I want to make gravy. Get my flour, my seasoning, my little meat droppings and grease. Make gravy. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm watching the NBA and rooting for the Brooklyn Nets this season. Yeah, of course, that's who I'll be rooting for. That's who I'll be rooting for. Cleopatra Jones says the Earth is older than 2023. I'm just saying. Okay, thank you for that information. Just curious, did somebody suggest that the Earth was only 2023 years old? Was that a suggestion that was made? I don't know. Roger Goodell don't care, and that's not going to happen. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. Daryl says, if you had to work today, then you have a job, not a career. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. Sean says, Happy New Year from Atlanta. Robert, throw up the deuces. All right. And Sean also said, good afternoon. I'm behind on these because I be commenting on stuff. Real cuss words are warranted sometimes. That's true. Gravy starter. Yeah, you saw it. You saw it. She had a bottle of gravy starter. What is gravy starter? I don't. Pamela, tell them what is gravy starter. Kitchen bouquet is not a gravy starter. You add that after the gravy is made. That ain't the way you put it out there. You was like, oh, I just used this to make my gravy and posted a picture of a bottle. That's what you said. That's what you said. I just used this to make my gravy. That's gravy starter. That's cheating. That ain't real gravy. Don says, have a prosperous year. Thank you, Don. Daryl, Tria, Pamela, she wants to know what gravy starter is. Lady K, Happy New Year. Brenda says, brown liquid gravy starter. She posted a picture of it. Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture of the gravy starter. See if I can find a picture of the gravy starter. And it was just a good, honest post. Like, I don't necessarily know. I don't know if it'll pick this up. Just won't focus on it. But that's the gravy starter, Pamela. She posted a picture of gravy starter. Janice, who's always against me. I am here. Happy New Year's, Janice. Happy New Year's. Cindy got excited. Like, yeah, that's it. That's the gravy starter. How many of y'all sisters, y'all grown women, is cheating with gravy starter? How many of y'all cheating with gravy starter? I do have a couple things that I want to discuss today, but Janice, do you know how to make gravy? You know how to make gravy? Just curious. See, to me, Janice is a woman. Janice is a woman. Some of y'all, yeah. But Janice is a seasoned woman. She can cook. She can sew. She can knit. She can, you name it. If a woman is supposed to be able to do it, Janice can do it. Old school, get it done. And I want Janice, I know you can cook. I've never even asked you that, but I know you can cook. And you make homemade gravy, right? Do you use gravy starter? Fake gravy starter. Y'all could take a lesson from Janice, except the part where she's never on my side. Other than that, y'all could take a lesson from Janice. Did he say a seasoned woman? We seasoned now? Well, yeah. Stop with the gender roles. It's 2023. I'm bringing gender roles back. I'm bringing gender roles back. As a woman, you're supposed to know how to cook. Well, that man need to learn how to cook for his. Shut up. You need to know how to cook. He can know how to cook, but you should know how to cook. You should be able to clean. Yes, you should be able to clean. Men should be taking out the garbage. Take out the damn garbage. Well, it's just a little bag. She can lift it up. Shut up. Take out the garbage. Fix something. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. Fix something. Take a top off of some pickles or something. You know what I'm saying? Do something that men are supposed to do. I'm bringing gender roles back. Lady K said, I take the garbage out. That's fine. Just like as a woman, you should be able to cook. But he can cook too. It ain't like you gotta be able to do it. It's 2023. We bringing gender roles back. And if you one of them trans people, whatever you trans into, trans right into that gender role as well. I'm not even anti-trans. Look, you can be whoever and whatever you want to be. I'm not even against that. But whatever you want to be, we did away with the rules for talking and speaking and spelling and stuff. I'm bringing gender roles back. Oh, let's see. Pamela trying to defend her cheating. Says, I don't know where you get the term gravy starter from. It's not on the label. Just admit you can't cook. Oh. Browning and seasoning sauce for meat, gravy, and stew. That's cheating. Do your own browning and seasoning for your meat, your gravy, and your stew. That's cheating. I bet you Janice ain't using no fake gravy starter. Bet you. Dante say, that's why I married you, woman. Cook my dinner. I don't know that I'm going that far. But she should be able to cook your dinner. She should be able to. That's all I'm saying. She should be able to clean up. Scrub that bathtub. Why is it a ring? Well, he left the ring. You the woman of the house. Scrub that ring out of there. He just came home from a hard day working at the coal mine. Okay, might not be no coal mines around Cincinnati, but you get the point. We need to bring gender roles back. Janice talking about keep me out of it. No, Janice, I'm just asking a simple question. Just a simple question. When you cook, which I know you know how to do you use a gravy starter or do you make gravy from scratch? That's it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Terry says, I start gravy slurry in a cup with just water and flour to get that right consistency. Look, one of these days, I'm going to learn how to make gravy. Like I said online, I make gravy, two different ways that I make gravy. One is, a little water, flour, and seasoning, but it never turns out right. The other way that I do it, it turns out perfectly every time. Every time it turns out perfectly. I say, hey, baby, the meat done. Come make this gravy. She come down there because she's a woman. She come down there and she do her little magic. There it is. It'd be perfect gravy. So I got two ways to make it. Lewis says, Happy New Year, Emanuel. We will touch 1 million this year. All right. I hope you mean that in a very non-sexual way. Let's see. E-Man, did you get lumps of coal for Christmas? No, I did not. R. Allen says, hey, E-Man, Corain. All right, Corain checking in. Janice says she make hers, Pamela. Janice said she ain't like Pamela. She ain't got no gravy starter in her pantry. She make hers from scratch like a real woman. I'm just telling you what Janice said. Lady K say he pour out the jar. I'm not sure what that means. Ross says you've been scrubbing the house like a Mitch. Your gender been switched. See, now I thought I made this clear. I'm trying to debate if this is one of the things that I'm going to do this year. I might do it and then decide I don't want to do it no more. But re-explaining simple stuff to people. I said these are gender roles. Now, just like I said she should be able to cook, that don't mean he don't never cook. Y'all cook every other day, switch off weeks. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean he never does it. Just because he the man and he take out the trash don't mean sometimes you look at the trash and you like, let me take this trash out. You put something kind of smelly in the garbage can and you like, I ain't gonna leave that, until he see it or smell it. I'm gonna just take it out. So just because you do one thing don't mean you switched gender roles. I'm just saying there are certain things that men should be able to do and certain things women should be able to do in the confines of a relationship / marriage / whatever you want to call it, because people call different things different things. That's all I'm saying. Janice said leave her out of it. Yeah, but then she came back in and she answered my question. See, she came back in and she answered my question. It's right there on the screen. I'm just saying. Angela says, salutations. Wasn't expecting you to be on today. I am full of surprises in 2023. Full of surprises. The other thing, just because I want to get this out, I was watching a nature program. And, I was flipping channels last night, and then I saw this thing about gambling addiction and all of that kind of stuff. And I came to the conclusion, just for me, if you got a gambling addiction, I don't feel sympathy for you. So that's that. That's simple. If you choose to go out and gamble and, maybe lose money or whatever, all power to you. Do what you do. And if you like, oh, I just can't stop. I just can't stop. Like, I gotta bet. I gotta bet. Bet. I don't feel sympathy for you. So go for it. Or don't. Either way, like, if you like, oh, I'm addicted to meth. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so horrible. That's tragic because I could, I could feel where, there's this chemical thing and your body just craves it and, you try to fight it off. Like, no, no, no. And then it's like, I can feel that. But if you like, hey, I got to go and gamble. I got to drive down to the casino. I got to, I don't even really know how it works. I got to get some chips. I don't know. I got to gamble. Bet? What? Bet? 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 All right. Go for it. Go for it. I'm not against you betting. Not against you betting. Hold on a second. Let me do this. I got to open up this app here. Sorry, I didn't have it open ahead of time. I'm one who I don't believe everything that you do that you shouldn't do is an addiction. I don't believe everything is an addiction. But if it is, then I got some addictions too. We already know about the addiction to sweets. I'm addicted to wanting to be right. And I can't help it. I can't. If I could be wrong, I would be wrong. But I'm addicted to being right. And I can't stop. I'm addicted to having the last word. If I post something on Facebook or, any of these services, and then, if you're not agreeing with me, and so we get into a little bit of a debate, I'm addicted to having the last word. And sometimes I even close it down. Like, I don't even care. I'm going to just let them say whatever they want to say. And then be this little voice in the back of my head. Like, they going to be getting you, bruh. You better log back on and have the last word. It's a sick. It's a disease. And that's just as much of a disease as gambling. I can't stop. I can't stop. I gotta be right. I can't stop. I don't know. I get addiction is real. I get that addiction is real, but some of the stuff we call addiction is just. Hold on. Let me pause right there. Time out. Are we saying the N word this year? Is the N word in or out this year? Up or down on the N word this year? Up or down on the N word this year? I'm taking a quick poll, a quick vote right now. And whatever the results are, I will live with them for 2023. If we say no N word, I will not say the N word at all in 2023. So I got 3 N words out. 1, 2, 3. One says yes for the N word. One is just confusing. Okay, so another no on the N word. Another no on the N word. So apparently we not saying the N word. Apparently we not saying the N word. Sierra says no. Scott says no. Lewis says no. Wow. Lewis, are you sure you saying no? Because when you call in, you be saying the N word like crazy. Okay, wait a minute. Andre says yes to the N word. Cindy says yes to the N word. Miss Pittsburgh says yes to the N word. I think we might be tied. Shirley says no to the N word. Pamela says just in. Hold on, let me get it. Just in will work. We got some N word starter that we can use. No, I'm sorry, Pamela. I'm just messing with you. Terry says this is a no means yes poll. JB says no to the N word. I lost count. But I feel like we about tied. So, okay. All right. Sean says no N word. All right. So no N word this year. I'm going to go ahead and, as far as right now, I believe I got more no N words than yes N words. So no N word this year. No N word this year. All right. That's cool. No N words. All right. But now I forgot what I was saying. Terry says, so are we back to MF? I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, no, if you want to go spend your money, waste your money even, take a chance, then go with it. If you ask me, my opinion, everything that we do that's not good for us, that we choose, because some of the stuff is, you could just not do it. Just don't do it. It's gambling. That's a mental thing, right? Because you know what I'm saying? You could sex, you could be like, hey, the high from that, it's a and that I can understand. Drugs, you could be like, hey, the body, there's some chemical dependency, and then okay, cool. Even sugar, which while I say I'm addicted to sugar, I'm not addicted to sugar. I just really, really like sugar. And I guess lack the self-control to limit it as I should. And I know that's it because sometimes I just be like, I ain't gonna eat no sugar. And I can go for a month or two. Actually, I think a few years ago, I went like till almost June. No sugar. Well, when I say no sugar, like I wasn't counting like bread, but like no candies, sweets, cakes, pies, stuff like that. For like 6 months. And then I just started back eating and I was like, oh, I miss this. I miss you. I'm so glad you're back. And I was eating sugar again. Sierra says, I'm not sure if it's an addiction, but it's definitely a scam. I'm not against gambling, believe it or not. I've bet. Maybe not with like the official sports betting, all of that kind of stuff. But I bet Lincoln Ware. He didn't pay up, but I bet and I won. When I was in high school, we used to bet all the time on the football games. I'm not against gambling. I guess all that generational wealth talk don't mean jack anymore now that you can place a sports bet. That's how they gaining generational wealth. They gonna bet themselves into wealth. Lewis says it's a very bad addiction. He inherited it from his bloodline. You ain't inherited no sports betting addiction from no bloodline. You didn't. You didn't. Even if it's an addiction, you didn't inherit sports betting. You developed it. I inherited sports betting. Stop it. Sympathy and empathy are different. And making light of real issues you don't understand but others live with every second of life is narcissistic. No one dealing devastating addiction wants nor needs sympathy, because no matter how much you, that's kind of long, say you understand, you don't. Well, I comprehend what it's supposed to be, but it's not. I reject the idea that that's an addiction based on my definition of what an addiction is. Because look, again, based on some of this stuff, everything is an addiction. Everything is an addiction. And you can call me narcissistic if you want to. I'm comfortable with that. I've been called that a number of times, and maybe I am. So because I don't believe that everything that you do, that you could stop if you just had the exercise, the control, self-control to stop, is an addiction that makes me a narcissist, so be it. I'm not offended by it, Vincent. Nice try, though. But I'm not offended by it. Not offended by it at all. Oh, boy. Let's see. Ross Freeman, this guy has no honor. He actually did lose $7,000 to me in a bet and won't pay. Terrence says he's on the fence with the gambling thing. Look, if you believe anything, because if you believe anything that someone does that they just can't stop doing is an addiction, then sure, gambling is an addiction, or can be, sure. But like I said, so is wanting to be right. Because I can't stop. Like, y'all think I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not. I can't stop. Wanting to have the last word, I can't stop. And I wasn't joking when I said I'd be trying to put the phone down, turn off, exit Facebook. And in the back of my mind, there'd be a little voice like, log on to Facebook and see what they said. Make sure you get the last word. Log on to Facebook, see what they said. Make sure you get the last word. I'm like, I don't want to. Log on to Facebook. Now log on to Facebook and try to get the last word. Is that an addiction? You know why I don't work out? I'm addicted to just laying around, chilling. I'll be like, get up, man, get up. Get up and go to the gym. Get up and go downstairs and walk on the treadmill. Get up. About that voice in the back of my head be like, you just want to lay here and chill. Now, y'all think I'm trying to be funny. I know y'all think I'm trying to be funny, but I'm really not. I'm telling you, this is what happens to me. I be looking at my stomach like, man, you can lose some of that weight. Get up. Just get up. The voice in the back of my head be like, you don't want to get up. You just want to chill. I just be chilling. Is that an addiction? Chilling? I got a chilling addiction? Well, I get up sometimes. And, I was going to the gym regularly for a while. But then I fell back into just lay down and chill. Just get on the couch and chill. You ain't got to do nothing. Just chill. You can become addicted to literally anything because most of the reason things are addictive to certain people is because of the mental attachment they have to them. It's precisely why I disagree with people who say you can't be addicted to weed. If it fills a particular void that you either won't or can't feel some other way, you're addicted to it. So based on that definition, then yeah, it's an addiction. And I have all of these addictions. I have a lot of addictions. And they tell me that addiction is a disease. It's a disease. It's a disease. I just reject that definition of an addiction. I just reject it. But that's just me. That's just me. It's the way I see it. And two more things, and then I have something else that I want to talk about. So kind of two more just whatever related things. People gonna stop trying to get people one of these days to not be able to express themselves. To not be able to express themselves. Like, I say, I don't believe this is an addiction. And then people, you just don't understand what addiction is. I understand what addiction is. We just don't agree. We just don't agree. I know you got a right to say and believe it is an addiction, but I don't have a right to say and believe that it's not. Really? You just disagree with me. You ain't got to try to insult me and insult my intelligence and call me names and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not calling you names when I say what I say. I'm just sharing my thoughts. And y'all do know that a lot of social media, that's what people do. They just sharing sometimes just random thoughts. Just sharing random thoughts. Like, just let it. If you don't agree with them, you can argue with them. You can say you don't agree with them. I guess technically you can call them names if you want to. But I don't know that that's necessary. Because then you run into somebody with an addiction. And then I can't stop. So let people believe what they want to believe. I mean, you could try to convince them otherwise, but calling them stupid, telling them they don't understand, calling them names, that's usually not a good tactic to change their mind if that's what you're trying to do. Getting people to trying to get people to look at it maybe from a different perspective. Or if you think they don't understand it, giving them information. I think that's a better, this is just my opinion again. I think that's a better way to try to change somebody's mind than telling them, you just don't understand, or you are this, or you are that. That's typically not going to change people's minds. You a damn fool. Like, oh, well, now that you call me a damn fool, I see the error of my ways. Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened? You don't know nothing. Well, now that you've pointed out to me that I don't know nothing, I see where you're coming from. You're right. Has that ever happened? Has that ever been an effective argument? Don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, when people demonstrate stupidity, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with pointing out that what you just said was stupid. Not you stupid, but that it makes no sense, and it demonstrates that you don't. But just right out the gate, I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily an effective strategy. Daryl says, this is social media where grown folks' feelings be on 1,000. Grown folks are more emotional than a 3-year-old when on a social media platform. All right. James Muhammad says, be nice. All right. Be nice. And he says, assalamu alaikum. Word. Same to you. I know what I'm supposed to say in return. I don't like doing stuff that's another addiction. That's another addiction I have. I don't like doing stuff I'm supposed to do. I don't like it. Uh, let's see. There are some. Oh no, let me see if I can pull this up. See if I can pull this up. There were some. Let me hold on, y'all. I gotta go to. I gotta go to this website. All right. Scroll. Where is it? Cancel. There's some new laws coming to Ohio. Some new laws coming to Ohio. One of which ain't that big of a deal. Hold on. One of which ain't that big of a deal, is the idea that you're not allowed to be talking on your phone while you're driving now in Ohio. It's about to be illegal. I know some of y'all thought it was illegal, but it wasn't. But it's about to be illegal to talk on your phone while driving. It's about to be illegal to talk on your phone while driving. I'm sorry, I'm trying to search this. Y'all know I can't type and talk at the same time. All right. Let's see. As the year ends, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is reviewing the legislation approved through the lame duck session, deciding whether to veto it or sign it into law. Before the break, DeWine signed two bills into law: Senate Bill 210 and House Bill 223. Those were not the two bills. I want to talk about this other bill. Show me. Okay, I can't find it in that story. So I got to make this big and read it off of my phone. The hands-free law. This broadens the existing texting while driving prohibition, and this prohibits a person from using, holding, or physically supporting an electronic wireless device while operating a motor vehicle. Now, understand, that means you don't have to be on your phone. You can't even hold your phone. Have it between your legs. Hold your phone. You can't, what I'm saying, be driving. I'm good for driving. I'm good for driving, of course, while talking on the phone. And I'm good at texting while driving, but apparently that's illegal. But I'm good at it. It makes basically talking or holding your phone a primary offense, which means police can pull you over for nothing but they saw you with your phone in your hand. That's it. Like, I didn't break no law. I didn't this, I didn't that. Yeah, but you was holding your phone. But I wasn't on it, but you was holding it. They could pull you over for that now. And look, I know it sounds crazy to some of y'all, but I try to not get pulled over. The fewer interactions that I have with law enforcement, for me, the better. The fewer interactions I have with law enforcement, for me, the better. So, the bill will specify what constitutes an EWCD. Changes It changes the existing minor misdemeanor penalty for texting while driving to an unclassified misdemeanor, with increasing tiered penalties for violators within a 2-year period. Oh. Prohibits a law enforcement officer from stopping a driver unless the officer observes the driver using, holding, or physically supporting the device. Y'all listen to the wording there. Using, okay, that's self-explanatory. You can't be talking on your phone. I gotta change some stuff up. So you can't use it, talk on it, or support it, hold it. You can't hold it or support it. It was between my legs. That's supporting it. It need to be off of you, away from you. Using, holding, or physically supporting the device. Prohibits an officer from seizing or searching a person's device when stopped for a violation unless the officer has a warrant or the person voluntarily or unequivocally consents to the search, which you should never do. There's some other stuff in here. Come on, what's the they get into exactly what is a device. But for me, y'all, look, just be aware. You can't, because even when I'm not talking on my phone, if I've been on the phone, I'm good for holding my phone, just holding it in my hand, and then get in the car and drive, put it in the other hand and drive. I'm a one-hand driver. So I'll have this arm on the seat, on the armrest. I'm driving with this one. But guess what? That phone is still there. I'm breaking the law, technically, by doing that. If this thing passes, just holding the phone is breaking the law. I'm not saying I'm for it. I'm not saying I'm against it. I just want y'all to know that some of this stuff is happening. Lady K says, did he say texting while driving? No. Deny. Don't worry about it. I'm covered here. I'm not under oath. None of these statements would hold up in a court of law. I could just use the Tucker Carlson defense. Like, hey, that show was not meant to be taken serious. It's satire. So no, I'm good. But for you, for most people, I would say, no, don't be admitting the stuff. Don't be admitting the stuff. But I could get away with it. Plus, they had to see you. They had to see you do it. They can't come and arrest. I mean, just think of what that would be. If I got on here and said, hey, yeah, I text while driving, and then next thing you know, they lock me up. Well, what did you lock him up for? Well, I was watching his show, and he said that he texted while driving one day. Well, do you have any evidence that he actually did this? Do you know what day he did it? Do you know what he texted? Do you know anything? Well, no, but he did say on his show one day that he did it, and they would throw that out, and then I would sue him. So yeah, it's all cool. But yeah, now you can't hold your phone even. You can't even hold it while you're driving. Oh, I forgot. I want to get more into this. There's a whole slew of stuff involved in this, but Mrs. Livingston brought it to me like 3 minutes before I went on the air. And the one that stuck out in my mind, because I was like, people need to know this, like immediately. People need to know this, was the whole holding your phone while driving. That's a crime now. holding your phone while driving. And y'all know, as a black person, me as a black man, driving, holding my phone, not talking on it, just even I'll be steering the wheel. Don't give them any other reason to pull you over. All right? No other reason. But man, a lot of people died like at the very end and the beginning of the year. A lot of people die on a regular basis. A lot of people die on a regular basis. But it's the end of the year. What? Who did we have? Who died? Like the Pope, the ex-Pope died. Benedict. Who else died? Who else died? And I'm talking the end of the year, not the beginning of the year. It was like 3 notable deaths at the end of the year. I don't know why the Pope was the first one that popped into my head. Barbara Walters, thank you. Barbara Walters died. And it was another one. It was Barbara, it was the Pope, and it was one other one at the end of the year. Now, somebody know. Somebody know, tell me. Oh, y'all gonna make me look it up. Really? Really? When y'all know, no Sierra and no Lady K, those were, I'm not thinking about those were the beginning of the year. Yeah, the Pointers, I don't remember her name. I don't remember, but the Pointer sister, I believe that was the beginning of the year. Pele, thank you, Rick. Pele died. So those were your 3 at the end of the year. Then one of the Pointer sisters, whose name I don't remember, one of the Pointer sisters died, and Gangsta Boo, who I have no idea who, I guess I shouldn't say that. Me not knowing somebody now will get me attacked. But Gangsta Boo died as well. So yeah, a lot of people died to in this little span between the end of the year and the beginning of the year. I mean, that's 5 quote notable people. But let me go to the phone. Let me go to the phone. Key.
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you?
Key, I'm fantastic. How are you?
Okay. You have a good New Year's?
I had a good New Year. Yes.
Oh, okay. Why you say it like that? No,
Hold on.
peppermint soap and shea butter.
Wait a minute. I'm having a hard time hearing you. I think I got some settings wrong here. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
Okay.
Speaker. We want to go here. I hear you here. And I should be hearing you here. Okay, go ahead and say something.
Something.
Why am I still not hearing you?
You don't hear me?
I mean, I hear you, but the
But
people.
you don't think they can hear you?
Yeah, the
They
people.
don't think they can hear me that good.
Right. The people
Okay.
can't hear you. So hold on. There we go. That should do it. Now say something. Uh-oh. Now I can't hear you.
Uh-oh. You can't hear me now?
Now I can. All right. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I
See if
did.
the chat can hear me. Chat, put it in the comments. Facebook, YouTube. Say, put something in the chat if y'all can hear me.
Okay, they saying they can hear you.
Okay, cool.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying, how was your? You have a good New Year's.
I had a good New Year. Yes.
Okay. And you
I'm
sounded
sorry. Hold
kind
on.
of
Wait.
slump. And that's why
Yeah.
I was like, you ain't had what? You missed out on the peppermint soap and shea butter. What happened?
I had a good New Year's,
Uh-huh.
and because I said I wasn't gonna do that no more. So
Oh, okay.
adding,
You weren't gonna do what?
yeah, adding essence to stuff is fine now.
Okay.
Look,
Kroger's.
yeah, this is new to me, y'all. So
Yeah, we can keep the S's on there.
yeah, I
Keep
gotta.
it entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kroger's. We can't say that no more with an S.
No, you can
What
say.
else with an S?
No, you can say anything now. It don't matter. It don't
Oh,
matter.
you can?
Yeah.
Don't say that. Don't put that out there, man. You know people gonna be calling, saying anything on you now.
It don't matter. You can say anything now. We have collectively decided that We can put S's on words. We can misconjugate verbs. We can spell stuff wrong. We can just talk gibberish as long as people can somehow understand what we was trying to say. It's all good.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well, so you can do all that, but no to the N word, right?
Apparently, yeah. No to the N word.
Okay, okay. All righty. Well, I was just calling in. I don't know if somebody already told when you were talking about people passing away at the end of the year. I was just gonna chime in and say that black soccer player. I don't know if he was from the UK or where he was from. That soccer player that was like 80 something years old, Pele or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's all I was chiming in for. But like I said, I think somebody put it in the chat right before when I was calling. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got quiet on me. I thought you couldn't hear me.
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I'm still over here messing with stuff.
Okay,
But
see, there you go. You see, you trying to do two things at once. Did I drop off in the chat?
no, you still there. We got you.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, get it together, Emmanuel, over there with the buttons and stuff.
I'm
We
working
trying
on
to put the lights on? Or you trying to put my name in the thing, say on the phone key? That's what you trying to put up?
it. No, the way that I have it set up, which I haven't tried it yet with Wyatt when we do the King and I, because when people call my line and he's talking to them, it's really a
Yeah, we
lot of
can't hear
echo and
them.
stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And so I think I figured out how to do that. I had to try it with Wyatt on the line, but I was
Okay.
trying to get that back set up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to try it while I was on the line.
Well, I was, but I
Okay, well,
stopped.
come on. I can talk. I can go.
No,
Okay,
no.
what you want me? What else you want me to talk about?
No,
Okay, what about Chipotle? Is that still your place that you go from time to time?
it is, yes.
Okay, okay. And then what about now that they doing? I don't know if they're doing it the one you go to where they keep putting on the door where they need exact change or debit cards only,
That'd
or
be everywhere.
sometimes,
That'd be
yeah.
everywhere. Like, I really think that they are trying to really push us to this cashless society because everything is you got to have exact change or you won't get no change or a credit
Yeah, they
card.
don't
So
give
they
you
are
your
really
change back.
pushing us. But I'm already there for the most part. I don't typically walk around with cash in my pocket. So
Yeah, I don't either, but sometimes I just try to have it every now and then because sometimes where I go or whatever, it might be somebody that don't have who don't have money on them that need some money. Like for instance, them kids that be using what was happened was I was out running around over the weekend and kids were trying to use their school bus card instead of having money on them. So I guess some drivers were letting them use the school bus card, and then some of them weren't. So a few kids had to get off the bus, but it was like one kid I saw that had like a name tag on, like they was going to work at Kroger's, and so I happened to have cash on me and gave them bus fare so they can go to work. So that was an instance where sometimes I have cash on me just for some reason, just in case of anything. But in that case, it was good that I had it because to get it to that person so they can get to work because they
okay.
were using their school bus card.
I think it's time that Queen City Metro has a thing up there where you can use your debit card. I mean, they got the thing now where you can just touch your card to the thing. So I think it's time that they get with the times because a lot of people don't carry cash.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah,
And that was
I
another
need to be able to
instance too
use
I
my
was gonna
debit card.
bring up. They were asking me, people were getting on the bus asking me, can they use a debit card or use what was it, a net spend card? Something they was asking me. I say no, you got to have cash, cause they be using their phone. I guess they able to go through the app or something,
Hmm.
and they can download, I guess, some kind of card for the day or something, and they put their phone up to the thing, and then it lights up green. So I'm guessing since they can do that on their phone with their card, their money card, they think they can get on a bus with their money card or whatever. So
Well,
yeah, but like you said,
I talk to a few young people here and there,
uh huh,
and like I'll have a younger relative, hey uncle or whatever, I need a few dollars, and I'll be like, all right, I'll bring you. No, just cash at me. Oh no, just Venmo me. Oh, no, just da, da, da. And I'm like, really? Like they don't really deal with cash.
Yep.
the way that we dealt with cash. Like they got their cash app, they got a card with their cash app, so they get their little
Exactly. So when
money.
that fail and don't work, they don't know what to do when they ain't got the cash. And the bus drivers, they don't be on it. They just let them off without it. Cause I had to call the. I was telling them like, here goes some money for you. Cause sometimes the bus drivers, they don't be on it. They like, okay, no, you can't get on, and that's the end of it. Yeah, like you said, everybody is trying to go without using cash, but Chipotle, they doing it a lot lately. But then sometimes they'll take the cash. So I don't know what's going on. Because they were saying when I was there, I actually went there 2 days ago. That's where I was trying to keep up talking while you fix that over there. How's it working? How's it going over there?
I just left it alone. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay, because you want to
Yeah,
hear me talk and
yeah.
ramble. Okay. Because I'm only rambling like this because I thought you was fixing it. I ain't really talking about nothing. But I'm gonna keep going though real quick. But yeah, they were saying like the reason why they doing that exact change because they don't have no coins changing the coin thing. You know that coin bin is like a square coin bin where they keep the change in. I guess they didn't have coins in there.
A coin bin? Who got a coin
Yeah,
bin?
it's like I know you done seen that because one time they had to pull it out because it was jammed or something.
Oh,
The worker had to manually pull it out and reach up in there and get the coins out. Because usually, like
oh.
when the cash register open, the coins I guess would drop out or whatever. But for some
Oh, okay. I
reason,
know you're talking about like those automatic, the where they automatically dispense your change and it come
yeah,
rolling
yeah, and
out
it's
in the
like
thing.
it's
Okay, okay.
when they pull it out or when they go get a new one, I guess from out the back that's got the change in there. It's like a square, it's a silver square container
Yes.
that they put the change in. So I'm guessing they didn't have no change to put in there or whatever. So,
All right.
and I guess they ain't bothered by filling it up anyway. So, and like you said, I guess they trying to go cashless. So they put them options on the door to let people know exact change only
Yeah.
or use your card. And then sometimes it's like you can't use your card, only cash. Or what about Emmanuel when they don't have stuff? Like they out of one day I went in there, Emmanuel, they was out of cheese, they was out of tomatoes,
Let
they was
me
out of sour cream,
key.
it was out of lettuce.
Chipotle done fell off a whole lot of them. I go to, and I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating.
No, you
Any of that
not.
kind of stuff. I walked into. I think this was the one in Evendale. Walked up there one day. This was a while back,
Evendale?
and
They ain't have
I walked up, and the girl said before I got started, she said, "Just so you know, we are out of white rice. We are
nothing.
out of cheese. We are
Right.
out of lettuce. I
Yeah.
think she said they was out of chicken, and they were out of the vegetables, the fajitas."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Then what y'all got? Like I
Right.
can't order nothing here. Y'all ain't got nothing." And she was telling everybody that when they came in. Of course, everybody was just turning around leaving because they was
Yeah, and
out of
see, like
every
one,
sour
I
cream too. Even though I don't use sour cream, they were out of sour cream.
I know. I'm like, what is going on here? And then because like usually they have a long line for nothing because they have a long line. There's only one person up there making the stuff, and they take it forever. This particular day, I went in there wasn't no line, so I thought I was gonna be selling through the line. And I'm going in there. I'm like, oh, ain't nobody in here. I'm gonna get in and out. She hit me with that, and I was like, "What you mean? You don't?" I said, "What you waiting for somebody to make some?" She like, no, we don't even have the
Right.
stuff to
Yeah,
make it. I
they are
say, oh,
out.
come on, man. But then the next day they had everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause of course, like a silly person, I went back the next day. Cause something wrong with me,
Hey, now
and
ain't
they
nothing
had
wrong with
everything.
you. You might be like me. I'm addicted to Chipotle, to
Yeah, and
that
I wasn't before
cilantro
because
lime rice.
I know it's weird because I wasn't before, and because my friends used to talk about it all the time a few years ago when they first came out. And then when they first opened, they did like a big old thing on the square because on the square they used to give out a lot of samples of new restaurants that was coming down around the square
Oh,
when I worked downtown. So they was giving out like pre-made burritos or whatever. So they had made it up however they want, whatever they wanted to put in there. And
okay.
I tasted it and I didn't like it. But then for some reason, a few years after that, I went in there and I guess I got the combo that was like that I liked. And ever since then, I've been hooked
All
like crazy
right.
person.
Hey, Key, I appreciate your call.
Okay, man, you don't be trying to get rid of me. You the one wanted me to talk so you can fix your thing. Now you trying to get rid of me. I'm just messing with you. The chat probably light me up. Like, what is she talking about? Chat, Emanuel wanted me to talk his ear off so he can fix the buttons over there. But he stopped fixing the buttons because he wanted to hear me talk about Chipotle. And now that he's tired of me talking about it because now he want to go get Chipotle, he trying to get me off the phone, you guys. All right, Emanuel, I appreciate you. Everybody thumbs up this live. Like, subscribe, everybody. All right, Emanuel, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
You do the same, Key. That's Key. I like Key. And you can't beat a good conversation about Chipotle. You can't beat it. I was about to talk about something else. Oh, also, and I was not aware that this was happening until yesterday. I go to Facebook after church, and I see, no, it wasn't. It was on a news site, and I see where they are doing another Surviving R. Kelly. Yeah, there's another episode of Surviving R. Kelly. I think it's coming on tonight, and it's like a 4-parter coming on tonight and tomorrow night. And I was like, do we really need another damn Surviving R. Kelly? Look, R. Kelly was bad. He was really bad. He did some bad stuff. Bad stuff. He got arrested. He got convicted. He is in prison. Why are we still doing Surviving R. Kelly shows? Why? What is it new? What new do we need? Okay, hold on. What new do we need? And I want to talk about R. Kelly. But before I go on, again, this is 2023. I want to make sure that I understand the rules. Are we using the B word in 2023? Is it okay to use the B word in 2023? Is it okay? I'm checking before I move forward because I don't say it in a derogatory way. I say it, in a non-derogatory way. So, are we no B word either? So no N word, no B word. Is that where we are? I only got one vote. Says nope. Sierra, okay, I'll take your word for it. And I won't use the B word. But all right. So back to R. Kelly. Okay. What new can we learn from this? The final chapter, which I don't believe is the final chapter. They said the same thing with Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And what happened a few years later? Friday the 13th, Jason is back. You know what I'm saying? Surviving R. Kelly, the final chapter. What can we learn? We know he choked chicks. We know he, sexually assaulted them. We know he was messing with the underage girls. We know he was messing with the underage boys. We know he made them do weird stuff sexually. And we know that they stayed and they put up with it because he was R. Kelly. And apparently he's really, 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 really charming. I could probably throw a few other reallys on there because you got to be like super duper charming to make chicks do some of the stuff that he's accused, and for them to still stay, do it, and be like, I still love him. You're like, what? He's so charming. All right. He is charming as F. Oh, hold on. I got a call coming in. CK. CK.
Look at God. Look at God. You done made it to 2023. Look at you, man.
Yes.
Still breathing and everything, ain't you?
I believe so.
Hey, that's a yes. That's a no on the N word.
No.
A yes on the B word.
They said no on the B
but
word.
The B, yeah, we know on it. We can't use that no more. Yeah. But we got to use the B word. That got too much context.
They
N
said
word ain't got
they said no on the B word, so no B word.
no, we got to come on, man. Because you know the way you use it, you wasn't even referring to women.
Well, I kind of was, but I wasn't referring to them in a derogatory way.
That's what I'm saying, man. You was talking about the BAN.
Well, that too,
B,
but no,
yeah.
sometimes I was talking about women.
Right. Man, so we gonna keep the B word, right?
No B word.
Oh, so we no N's, no B's.
No N's,
All
no
right,
B's.
damn. Okay. That N is easy. That B is hard. Because you know when you want to get a dude to fight you, that's all. Man, if you don't think you don't get him to swing, you can get a brother to swing on you quick like that. That's a provoking word. N word that got so
Well, then
much.
if that's the case, definitely no B word. In 2023, I can't speak for everybody, but the people who watch, listen to, or in any way, shape, or form follow the afternoon experiment, we do not want to be provoking black men or black women to violence. So no B word whatsoever.
Damn, you got me with that, yeah, because I am nonviolent. I went against my own self. You right. But yeah, I had to hit you on this gambling, man. I tell you what, as a gambling addict, I have to challenge you on this theory, man.
Okay, challenge.
It's when your crystal meth was perfect. When I say it's an addiction, it's the worst, absolutely worst addiction. You got to name the top 3 addictions. Is probably number 1, gambling, then alcohol, and then cocaine. And gambling is the worst because it's money. See what I'm saying? So just like you said, if you don't do, that's any addiction, and you ain't got to do nothing. The addiction is what's making you do the stuff.
Well, let me ask you this, because we might be on the same page. So then you would agree that wanting to get the last word in a debate is also an addiction.
Yeah, you're right, because that's your profession. It's in your heart.
Well, profession or not. And you would agree that me, for example, just chilling, laying around the house instead of going to the gym, that's an addiction as well, right?
Yeah, just like the opposite. If you addicted to the gym,
okay,
you're addicted to not going to the gym.
We on the
but
same
I'm
page.
saying, as far as because the destruction that the addiction does to you, just like you said, not going, your body breaking down, is killing you. But I'm saying the gambling is absolutely the worst addiction because it's money. You're going to lose your wife. You're going to lose your kids. You're going to be sorry. Can you imagine you getting paid and you lose all your money before you get home from work? Your wife's going to kick you out the house, man.
Okay.
Real talk. You're going to get your landlord, and if you ain't got no wife, you ain't going to have no place to lay your head. You see what I mean?
I see what you mean. Look, I'm just trying to be respectful and understand that for some people, I guess it is an addiction. You can't just get off work, your stuff, because most people that I know of, they don't get paper checks anymore. They stuff is direct deposited into their account.
Yep.
So you can't get off work on payday, know that money is in your account, and carry your ass home. If you can't do that because you got to go over to the Hard Rock to gamble, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then okay, you might have an issue.
Listen, man, we gotta ban ourselves from the Hard Rock. That's how bad that addiction is. You gotta say, hello, I'm a gambler daddy. Don't let me back in this mug, please. Don't let me back in this place. I'm saying, look at all your savings you and your wife got. You can go to the Hard Rock right now and lose everything. Right now. They can hook you up with stuff where you could get into money you ain't even supposed to be getting, college funds, all that. I mean, and that's the see, if you want crack or something, you ain't doing that. You're gonna be just out of money.
Well, I don't know
But
about
if you
that.
can lose everything in one spot, like right now, if you get hit on gambling tonight, you could be dead broke homeless by tomorrow.
But you could do the
Like
same
lose
thing.
all your life savings.
You could do the same thing with crack. Like you could go buy a whole lot of crack. You can't.
Nah,
You
man.
can't buy crack. Don't crack
Your body
cost
not
money?
gonna be able to smoke. You ain't gonna
You
be able to
might
smoke
not.
$30,000 worth of crack.
You might not be able
You
to smoke.
could lose $30,000 in 1 hour at the casino.
Hold on. Can you go buy $30,000 worth of crack?
Hell no. You gonna get killed in the process. They gonna be like, who is this dude? He got 30 cash on him.
I'm not into the crack game. I don't know exactly how the things go, but I could imagine that if I had $30,000, I could find me $30,000 worth of crack.
No, you're not in the game, nigga.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking the question, and you telling me no. I can't. It's impossible to buy $30,000 worth of crack.
Heck no, man. You just coming out of nowhere. Look, that's the people that get robbed.
Okay.
You got to be in the game. You got to work your way up there. I'm saying, but now you can get off this show, go straight to the Hard Rock, and lose $30,000 worth of cash. You can't just get off your show and be like, man, I'm about to go. Y'all know I can get 30,000. They're gonna like, yup, I sure do, and you're gonna get robbed.
That's even worse. That's worse. Like you can go and safely lose $30,000 at Hard Rock, for example. You can safely lose it. Nobody gonna rob you. But if I go try to buy $30,000 worth of crack, you say I'm gonna get robbed.
Right.
That makes my addiction, if I'm addicted to crack, worse than your addiction. Because I'm putting myself in mortal danger to feed my addiction.
But I'm saying the worst addictions are the ones that's legal. Because you wouldn't even know where to start. Just think if you wanted to buy some crack. You wouldn't even know where to start. $30,000.
I wouldn't have any idea.
Thank you. But you know where to go gamble. Straight down the street. Yeah. They could turn you. That's what I'm saying. You would get turned out that quick. You would get turned out. I mean, give me your top 3 addictions.
I don't know. Sugar, sleep, and being right.
Now, what you think the top 3 epidemic addictions in America is?
Sex, drugs.
Okay. You're including alcohol and drugs, right?
And trying to be hard.
That tough guy in it?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a community.
No. It's an addiction. Is people do it, they can't help themselves. Their decision making becomes different than the normal person's decision making, and they can't stop. So it classifies as an addiction in my book.
Yeah. And I just want to tell you, man, that gambling, it destroys so many people because I think that addiction leads to the most suicide because it happens so quick. You know what I mean? You lose everything. You can't stop. I think when it comes to stuff like crack, you're gonna get so high where you're gonna be like, you just gonna pass out. But with the money, you're gonna keep going till you don't have no enough. That's where I think it's deadly right there, man. But what you think? So have I convinced you that it's an addiction, or you still at the same point?
No, I'm going with the idea that it's an addiction in the same sense that any and almost everything can be an addiction. So, hey, addiction, this, addiction, that, everything is an addiction. Anybody can get addicted to anything. So gambling is an addiction, just like eating sugar is an addiction, just like me laying around the house is an addiction, just like me watching TV is an addiction. Like me doing this show is an addiction. You know what I'm saying?
We're addicted to watching your show. Look, how many people is addicted to your show? They got to tune in every time you hit that
probably
live
like
play.
10. About 10 people.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But stuff like this that helps me curve the gambling addiction. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
When I hear people like you that don't have it because you speak against it.
how did you
So you can.
fight your gambling addiction? Or are you, you know what I'm saying, you still finding yourself down at the casino gambling?
I'm doing just like you said. You just don't do it. You just stop. And but I do fight. But it is real. I do fight within myself. Like, because I just start gambling on my phone. Like, just get a game and probably play the casino on my phone. Then I see how much money fake money I lost.
Hold on, you still do
kinda
that?
helps me
You do
curb
that
it.
now?
Yeah. Like I play craps on my phone,
Wouldn't
and
shouldn't
then
and this is a question. I'm not saying this is a statement, but if you do have a gambling addiction, shouldn't you steer away from even virtual gambling?
But I think it's helping me stop from really gambling. So maybe you're right. Like, that's like a guy hooked on sex watching porno. You be like, well, you should stop watching porno. Like, nah, I watch porno not to have sex. You might be trying to be celibate, so you just get off on the porno. But you're not watching it. You're not actually having sex. You're just being celibate, but you're just watching it, but you're not actually doing it. See, I'm just playing the game. I'm just playing craps on my phone, so it's not hurting me financially. See what I mean? So it's kind of gambling, and it's showing me the outcome. Like, damn, you just lost $55,000 in 30 minutes on your phone.
All right.
So it's kind of helping you. You know what I mean? Just like,
Okay.
That's why. But like you said, but you developing a new addiction, just like with the sex. If you addicted to sex and you go to porn, now you developing a porn addiction. So, but I'm saying it's less devastating to be hooked on a video game playing craps than it is actually hooked on a real casino losing your money.
But what you are saying is that in essence, no matter what, you don't seem to actually be able to stop participating in games of chance just because, like, if you wasn't doing it virtually, you would be doing it real. Since you're not doing it real, you're doing it but you can't put them all down and just not do it because just for whatever reason, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, whatever, you can't not do that thing.
Exactly. It's the lust. It is the lust for money. It's like I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to, I can go here and hit for $1 million. They're thinking like that. You got to watch it because, I play the lottery. That's gambling. But I try to not play as much. I play $5 a week or something. But, some people spend $500, $5,000 on gambling. So it's like, so that's how you know. So I know that I'm an addict. So I'm not saying, I'm not an addict. I just play it I know. So I do things to stop it from, being all the way destructive to my lifestyle. And you would lose everybody. I'm just saying the destruction you do from gambling, it's horrible because you can't even feed your kids, man. You're going to mess up Christmas and everything.
All right.
Yes, sir. I had to give it to you, man, from pain, man. You lose that, your income tax come in, that thing gone. That thing gone. You get your income tax here and you work by Sunday.
Well, now, and again, that's bad. But if you choose to gamble, or, I guess in your case, you don't have a choice. If you find yourself gambling and you lose, am I wrong for saying, I don't feel bad for you? I have no sympathy, no empathy, none of that kind of stuff. Am I wrong for saying that?
No, but I'm saying I feel you should have the same way for every addict, for crack and all that. Like if you a crystal meth head and you mess around and hit that crystal meth, that's on you, Jack. You choosing to do that shit.
I view them differently. I view them differently. One, one is a chemical reaction and your body craves it and gotta have it. The other one feels to me 100% mental, and you just need to exercise some self-control.
Oh, you're right. And this is what make it worse. This is what I wanted to tell you what make it worse is when you win. Because look, only thing bad about gambling is losing. Just think if I never lost, I'd be like, man, gambling the best thing I ever did, man. So it's different. So if you hit that crack, you ain't gonna be like, man, it's the best thing I ever did. But if I do go to the casino and hit for $5 million, I'm gonna be like, shit, that gambling paid off. I don't think you can get to a point where crystal meth where you can take a hit and then be like, you know what? That shit, I'm glad I did start smoking crystal meth. See, it don't work like that. But gambling could pay off. That's what leads to the addiction, the win.
Well,
You don't really get a win from the crystal meth.
See, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true. A few of the people that I've talked to in the past, because to my knowledge, I don't have any friends that do crystal meth. But a few of the people that I've talked to in the past, having been doing this for over 20 years, they will tell you that, yeah, when they do it, they get a win. That high that they get is a win for them.
But remember what they tell you. They say they chasing a high like heroin, right? When you do heroin for the first time, all you doing is chasing that first high for the rest of your life. So you never really get the win. You just chasing that. You chasing it. So I'm saying when you hit. So if you go and hit for 10,000, you know what I mean. You up.
And then
but if you can't never get that high with the crystal.
But ain't you still chasing that same? Because it doesn't it cease at some point to 100% be about the money, and it's about I want. I mean, if you're addicted, like maybe me, if I'm like, hey, I want to take this money and I think this team gonna win and I can win. I'm thinking about the win, the money. But there are people, and I've watched specials where they talk about gambling is not about the money. It's about that feeling. It's about the win. It's basically they're saying it's the same thing as a drug addiction, where they'll if they betting $1 or if they betting $1 million, like it's the high that they get from winning.
Okay, then let me give you a short story on the Super Bowl, right? I bet on the Bengals I bet on them to win with the parlay spread though. But the spread, I won the money, but I would have sacrificed the money for the Bengals win. That's how much I wanted the Bengals to win, but I still won on the parlay bet because I covered the spread and the over-under. But it was so yeah, I would have rather lost. So I would have guessed myself just for the Bengals to win, but they ultimately lost. But you see what I mean? I would have sacrificed that W for a Bengals victory, but they would have had to score more than what because I bet the under. So they needed to score that extra touchdown. See what I mean? So I would have sacrificed the win in the gambling for the high of the Bengals winning the Super Bowl. That's weird, ain't it?
If you say so.
You see what I mean though? I'd rather have them win the game and lose the money than win the money and lose the game.
All right.
That's when your emotions take over.
Yeah. I guess I understand it.
Hey, much love to your family, man, and keep on prospering, man. But yeah, we're gonna beat all these addictions. And like you say, you gotta beat that lazy addiction. Get up off that couch, go to Planet Fitness, you know what I mean? Hit that treadmill. Put them earplugs in, you know what I mean?
I gotta figure it out.
Yes, sir. Have a great one, man.
All right, CK, I appreciate your call.
Appreciate you.
All right, that's CK. I'm not sure that he said he's still gambling. Say, if you're still gambling, then ain't you still in the throes of the addiction? Like, I don't really gamble for real. I gamble virtually. I think that's still in the throes of the addiction. I think. If you consider it an addiction. Let me see. Oh, that's right. There was that was the other person, thank you, Will, who died. Drummer from Earth, Wind, and Fire died. So you had the sister from the Pointer Sisters, you had the drummer from Earth, Wind, and Fire, and you had the gangster, I don't remember her name. Gangster somebody. Let me go to the phone. Fame, you're on the afternoon experiment.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Why are you talking like that? I'm doing good.
Oh, I'm just using my indoor voice. Is that okay?
That's your indoor
Using my
voice?
inside voice. Yes.
That's it? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
All right.
You know, I don't want to sound aggressive
Okay.
because I'm really heated at these last two calls.
Why?
Well, the woman she's just rambling, but I get it. But the last brother, he want to sound all psycho and analytical about gambling and all this other stuff, man. Listen, there's no such thing as these are not addictions. They're just bad decisions. Something that the black community is addicted to, making bad decisions.
Well, I don't know about that.
Listen, gambling is not an addiction. I do a podcast about sports. I call it sports investing. Where I suggest to you some stuff you might want to do with, the games of that day. You don't have to do it. Most of you won't do it. But if I was a white man, you'd do them.
So you're saying it's not an addiction, kind of for selfish reasons.
It's not an addiction. It's basically a bad decision that you made that just didn't work out. That's all. So you're losing, because when you're winning, it's not a high. You're just excited. There's a guy out in Africa. I forget the country. He's got 102 kids. 102 kids, 89 grandkids, or something like that. Nobody said he had a sex addiction. You know what I'm saying? Because he's producing kids, a part of his bloodline. Nobody's saying it's a sex addiction.
He might not have a sex
addiction. You know what I'm
addiction.
saying? I'd say popping off 102 kids, you got something going on.
Well, he might just have access to a whole lot of women, and he has sex with them.
You're right. I apologize. I don't know what I was saying there. You're right. He's not addicted. He's not addicted to sex. He just made some bad decisions to pop off 102 kids.
Yeah, I don't know if it's bad decisions. I wouldn't do it, but
well, okay. Well, he made decisions that you wouldn't agree with. I wouldn't agree with.
All right.
To pop off 102 youngins.
Look,
I'm not
making the argument that gambling is bad. I don't believe gambling is bad. Like I said, I've made bets in my life, never through some professional sports site or something like that, but man to man, I've made a whole lot of bets in my life. I've won some, I've lost some, won more than I lost, because I am addicted to being right, and it's true. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I agree with you that there are just people who make decisions to continue to do it for whatever reason. I don't look at that necessarily as them having an addiction, but the world does. We've concocted this thing that, yeah, you can be addicted to anything. Anything can be an addiction. To your point, to kind of skirt the idea of responsibility for the decisions that we make. So if I keep making the same bad decision over and over and over, I can just cover that up by saying I have an addiction.
Exactly. Oh, I have an addiction. The casino has all those patterns on the floor that are attracted to me and all that. That's bullshit. You just make bad decisions, and your bad decisions are compounded because money is involved in them. Just because you like you said, you can have an addiction to running. You can have an addiction to working out, and blow out your knee for overuse, your elbows from overuse. Nobody will ever say you have a workout addiction. You just made a bad decision to lift too much weight. That's all. Be careful of that word soup that people play with people. You guys were talking about $30,000 of crack. That's just, I don't know why y'all went that extreme, but you know, it's the same, you know, you're not going to smoke 30, you know, you might want to put some away later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not going to smoke $30,000 worth of crack and pass out on it. No, you're going to put some away later for later this week and next week. You know, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't really get that transgression y'all were talking
Well,
about there.
if you listen to people with drug addictions, they will tell you that they spend tens of some of them, especially like people who are really wealthy, they'll tell you that they spend tens of thousands of dollars a week in a drug habit. It's doable.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it is, but they're not doing it in one night. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Okay.
some binge stuff over the weekend, some partying, some socialing, and you know, they just got in over their head a little bit, and you know, got too high, got too drunk, or whatever. That can happen, but I wouldn't say it's an addiction. I just think they just, you know, trying to, you know, use that as a cop out. You know, because every employer has that free counseling as the part of the benefits package anymore. You know, that confidential counseling as a, you know, so everybody wants to use something as a cop out.
Well, do you have that? Do you have that number that they give out now for if you have a gambling problem, you call this number and you can get counseling?
Yeah, I announced it on my podcast. I think it's 1-800-WITH-IT. 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
1-800 what?
I believe. 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
With it.
Yes. Or you can just go to www.gamblersanonymous.org.
All right.
You know, and as far as the B word and N word and all, I'm 100% all in with the N word. You know, because sometimes there's nothing better to call somebody like Brent Beard or Daryl Carpenter. Some of these people, they just monkey ass niggas disrupting the show.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
I'm sorry, but it's real.
I reject.
It's real.
I reject that.
You know, you can reject it, but everybody else knows though that these people add nothing to your show. All they do is cause problems. They're addicted. They're addicted to causing problems, or they just making bad decisions to cause problems. You decide.
All right.
And the B word, I can go in. You know, I don't really use that to provoke a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't provoking nothing. I don't even want you to see it coming. I don't want to provoke you. I want you to be relaxed when I serve you. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. It's been real. I had fun, and it's always a pleasure talking to you, Emanuel. Best of luck to you in this 2023. Be well, buddy.
All right. Okay. He didn't do the strange Tarzan yell. I thought he was going to, but he didn't. So that's good. 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. Y'all, I'm about to get out of here. I don't have a whole lot of other stuff to say. Jacqueline says that's clearly an unhappy brother. I don't know about that. I don't agree with a lot of what he said, but I don't know if he's unhappy. Vincent says, y'all sound like those people that have all the answers to things they never experience, but are always right. That can be a thing. There's nothing wrong with common sense. There's nothing wrong with common sense. Don't be mad at people because, you know, that bothers me to some level. How you mad, Vincent? Because people are not addicted to gambling. How you mad at people because they not and never have been? Don't be mad at people for that. Come on. That don't make sense to me. You want to go downtown and tailgate? No. I'm not watching or supporting that daggone NFL. Janice says addictions are real. I agree. No, everything is not an addiction. It could be, but becoming addicted to something is real. Right. Like I said, I'm addicted to kind of laying around the house chilling, sitting on the couch, kicking my feet up, listening to some music or watching some TV. I'm addicted to being right. You know what I'm saying? I'm addicted to getting the last word in a debate/argument. I try to stop, but I'm addicted to it. So I'm not saying addiction is not real. I'm not saying it at all. Did you see that you can now do concealed carry without a license in more states now? No, I didn't see that. Which states added that just recently? I mean, other than, I know Ohio added it, but which other states added that? Which other states added that? Britain says, watching the news, they were already tailgating. Georgia added it. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I think you should be able to do it. I don't see a problem with it. If I got a right to carry the gun, it's guaranteed. If you don't like that, then you advocate for the abolishment of the Second Amendment. I don't think people should have a right to bear arms. But if you believe people should have a right to bear arms, then they should have a right to bear arms. Period. Just flat out. I don't see a problem with it. I know all these people carrying guns. People been concealed carrying without a permit since America. Since America. I'm all right with it. Genesis, I could have told you that you were addicted to always wanting to be right. Absolutely. Everybody should be addicted to that. Everybody should be addicted to that. Who are the people that want to be wrong? Terry says addiction is real. My first addiction was fantasy. All right. I could see that. So I'm not saying addiction is not real. I'm not saying addiction is not real. That was never my point. It's real. It's a whole lot of other stuff can be addictions, though. And people like to dismiss if it ain't one of the big ones. People like to dismiss that. Yo Underwood says, thanks for coming on today. And Ross Freeman says his left hairline and right hairline don't want to make up. All right. I guess if that makes you happy, go for it. Here's what I can tell you. If I went online, if I went on Facebook and just posted the word love, the first response would be from Ross Freeman. And it would be something negative, like, oh, your hairline spell love, or, it would be something nonsensical. Like, you're a bit of a stalker, but that's okay. It's okay. I don't mind. Actually, it entertains me because I've done it. And I've said to Mrs. Livingston, watch this, and posted something. And like 3 seconds later, Ross Freeman is like, he got my page up and he looking at it like, post something. He posted something. Let me respond. But ain't nothing wrong with it. Just a little stalkerish, but nothing wrong with it. Janice says, what's the difference between a habit and an addiction? I would say a habit you can stop when you want to. An addiction, even if it becomes detrimental to you, You can't stop. It defies logic and reason. Even you will want to stop, but you can't stop doing that thing. That's what I would say. I'm disappointed in you for real. I did think you was gonna get your hair done. Ain't no way. There is no way that I'm getting that done to my head. No way. I posted a video of this dude who, basically had the George Jefferson, and he got faded out and got him some willies and everything. And I was like, there is no way in the world I would ever do that. No way in the world I would ever do that. Number one, I kind of like my head. What I'm saying is this is what comes out, and I can live with this. Number two, my hairline is actually not receding. This is just the way it's been since I was a little kid. I could show you pictures. You'd be like, that's you were 7 and your hairline looked like that? Yeah. So my hairline has been this way my whole life. There is no joke that you can say about my hairline that I haven't heard, because again, I went through the 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, college, went to work at a company that was predominantly black people. There is nothing you can say, no joke you can make that I haven't heard. None. David says that hair video was hilarious. Yes. Yes. No. See, y'all ain't my friends. That's how I can tell who my friends are. My friends are the ones who ain't trying to encourage me to do that. I said 12th grade, Scott. You missed it. I did say 12th grade. My friends ain't the ones trying to encourage me to get no fake willies. My friends is the one who like, bruh, you better not do that. Those are my friends. Bro, women do it all the time. Let me lose my hair. I'm getting mine done. Okay. I'm not against it. I'm just saying it's something I wouldn't do. And my friends would never encourage me to do that. My friends would never encourage me to do that. Let's see. Let me see. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here for real. Okay, it's been a minute. Phyllis says bald is sexy as hell. Baby smooth. A nice trim beard is nice too. And Cindy says bald is sexy. Well, I think it all depends on the shape of your head. I went bald once. I shaved my head once. I was in high school, and I shaved my head. And I got more jokes about the shaved head because the shape of my head, I got this kind of lump at the top here. There's a dip here, and the lump there. There's a dip over here. Some of it is about the shape of your head. So, the whole bald is sexy. That'll depend on the shape of the head, maybe. Crystal says, if you do it, you get in class. See, Crystal is my friend. I can tell right now, Crystal is my friend. And Crystal says, look, you can do that if you want to, but if you do, believe you're going to get clowned. That's what a friend says. That's what a friend says. Janice talking about the beard better be well groomed and free from debris. Debris? Got debris in their beard. Look, y'all, you do whatever you want to do. You do whatever you want to do. Forget what other people saying. Forget what other people saying. You do what you want to do, what makes you feel good, what you think looks good. Other people don't have to like it, because other people don't have to live in your skin. Other people don't have to live in your skin. So, hey, you better do this and that. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Damn what everybody think. People gonna always, no matter what you do, people gonna always find fault with something if that's what they're looking for. They're gonna always find fault if that's what they're looking for. You could, had a perfect fade, the perfect beard, the perfect this, and people gonna find some, well, but I don't like that color black. Like, that's my natural hair color. I don't like it. And you do what works for you. Forget what people like. Forget what people like. That's what I say. But who got debris in their beard? I don't. Is that? I don't know. I don't see that very often. Not from people with, like non-homeless people and stuff like that. I don't typically see that. All right, y'all. I got to get ready to get out of here. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'll do it today, get it out of the way. But I got 5 minutes. I'll answer any halfway reasonable questions. Any halfway reasonable questions. Janice says, but what if they have to cuddle with you? And she's talking about food and Lent. If they got to cuddle with you, just cuddle with you. Bring your ass over here and let's cuddle. That's what we doing. What do you think about salary transparency in the workplace? I'm not sure what you mean. Not sure what you mean by salary transparency. Tell me what you mean. I'll tell you what I think about it. Sierra says, what's your show schedule for the week? I should be here every day, Monday through Friday, 3 o'clock. Every day, Monday through Friday, at around 3 o'clock. Again, if I have to go get the little baby, then I'll be a little late. But I don't think I got to go get the little baby this week. Yeah, mama not in school no more. So I think I'll be here at 3 o'clock every day. Let me see. What's the next move for your show this year? I do have some other things planned this year, but I can't get into it. But I do have some other things planned, and this might be the year that I start another couple of channels for a couple of different outlets that I am doing. So I just say stay tuned. But thank you for asking. Do you think they went to the moon? No. I don't believe that what people saw on TV was an actual moon landing. I don't. I genuinely don't believe that. I think it was faked. I'm sorry, yo, I get back to that. I clicked the wrong one. When jobs post a salary, so everyone has an idea what they should be paid or what others get paid. I like that. I like that. Of course, especially for the public sector. I mean, I think in the public sector, it's public record. Everybody can go on and see what everybody makes. But I like that just across the board. Yeah, I do. Could I be a special guest on your show? Sure. Absolutely. Send me a message and we'll hook it up. We'll hook it up. Matter of fact, you can send me your phone number right now. Put your phone number and I'll send you a link and you can get on the show right now. Video chat. So you and me, it would be like the king and I. How, I'm in one place on video. He's in another place on video. Send me your phone number. I know your phone got a camera on it, and we can do it right now over the camera. Over your phone, using your camera. Yeah, I'm with you. You can, sure. And I'm not trying to be funny either. I'm being 100% serious. Um, do you think you look like Red Fox? No, not even close. Different builds, different shapes, different skin tone, different everything. Like, no one's confusing me for Red Fox. You got to fix that transmission? Yes and no. I'm going to pull the engine out and I'm going to do a breakdown on the engine. This is all happening this year. I'm going to do a breakdown on the engine. Now, I'm not sure if the answer is, I guess, yes. I'm going to break the engine down, but send parts of it out because there's certain things that I'm just not equipped to do here. So to some degree, I'm going to pay to have portions of the engine rebuilt. And yeah, I'll buy my replacement transmission, put it back on, put it back in the car, and I'll be good to go. And me and my son talked about it, and he wants to redo the interior. It's a hobby of his. So we'll redo the interior as well. And that's all supposed to happen this year. So yes. Janice says, one of the reasons I like you is because you're a good husband, father, and grandfather and have basic morals. Thank you, Janice, but you're never on my side. You are never on my side. But I like you too, Janice. I thought I was joking earlier in the show, but from everything that I know about Janice, all the things that I've heard about Janice, she would be a good woman for y'all to pattern yourselves after as women. Not you, Ross Freeman. You don't pattern yourself after Janice. I didn't say today, bro. I was just saying if you wanted to today, we could even do it today. I'm 100% for you being a special guest on the show. Did Mrs. Livingston have to put hands on you to clean up that house? No, she just threatened to. B-Rab wants to know, do you think everything is what we see on the surface? Or are we being played by a secret group of people that run the world? Yes and no. I know that's not a great answer. That's a horrible answer. No, of course, everything ain't what we seem. And I do believe that there are people who manipulate things to get the common man, us, to do, see, believe, whatever it is that they want us to do, see, or believe, or whatever. So I believe but some stuff is just what it seems like. Some stuff is. So that's why I say yes and no. But yeah, there are people pulling strings in the back. You ever get them trees handled in the back? Yeah, the trees are cut down and cut up. And now I just got to get them out. Now I just got to get all that wood out. But yeah, the trees are cut down. They're cut up. I just got to get it out of there. Mow the lawn? I don't have to mow the lawn. The lawn ain't growing. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking to somebody else. No, we're not going to do no pimp that ride. Just because the car has been sitting now for a few years. You know, he was talking to me and it's one of the things that he likes to do. And so he was like, hey, we could just go and we could restore the entire interior of the car. We could pull out all the carpets, put in some new soundproofing. It's one of his hobbies. It's something that he likes to do. I asked him if he knew somebody that could reupholster the seats. Well, he don't really get into it to that degree, but he will pull out the carpet and do the door panels and all of that kind of stuff. He'll clean the upholstery, and it's just one of his hobbies. But no, it ain't gonna be no crazy. It's gonna look like factory stuff, maybe slightly better quality, but new carpet, clean upholstery, the little header thing, whatever that's called. It's not my hobby, so I don't know. But he want to do all that, so yeah. Janice says maybe like you is because I always want to be right too. We could both be right. We could both be right. If you just agree with me, and we both right. Let's see. Cindy Hill said Joe Dieter's last day is Friday. Y'all, the whole Joe Dieter's going to the Supreme Court don't really mean nothing to me. It's not like the Ohio Supreme Court was liberal and now it's going to be conservative. It's just another, my perception, racist conservative up there with the other racist conservatives. And nothing really changed. Have I killed any kittens lately? No. Are you wanting me to? Did you cut the grass in the backyard? It's winter. The grass ain't growing. Brenda, don't you understand how this works? You know what I'm saying? The grass was cut. The last time it was cut was the last time it was cut. You don't have to go out there every week now because it's winter. It ain't growing. But you're a woman. And, you know, I know some women don't get out and cut grass. So you might not actually know that. But yeah, during the winter, for the most part, people don't have to get out and cut the grass. Oh, remember because I don't think I've been on since the big snow. The big snow. Everything that I did worked. I went out, I got me some tarps. I covered up the cars, and I actually covered up a good portion of the driveway with tarps. Held them down with bricks. And so when I went out the next day, especially since it was that kind of fluffy snow, I just took my leaf blower out, blew the snow off of all of the tarps. And it was like a little layer of ice under the snow, but not under the tarp. And so I did not pull the tarp back, flung it off. I can't do the whole thing where you snap it, but flung it off, folded the tarps up, put them away. I had the only clean driveway in the neighborhood for about 3 days, because they never did come and do my street. Nobody, the city never came and plowed this street or treated this street at all. So the whole street was horrible except my driveway. So I think I'll be doing the tarp thing the next time we get snow. Yeah. Will there ever be a black president with slavery ancestry? Sure, it will happen. It will happen. Rick want to know, what about the gun club? We forgetting about the gun club. Rick, send me a message. Facebook, a message on Facebook. Let's touch base and talk about the gun club, because I really do want to get it going. I don't get out and shoot my gun enough. And I actually kind of enjoy it. It's fun when I do get an opportunity to go out and do it. So let's talk about that. Let's get that going this year. 2023, let's make that the year of the gun club. Cindy says that won't work with the heavy snow. It'll work. It'll work. I mean, I might, have to, the way that I intend on doing it, and I'll just have to pull the tarp back and let the snow kind of fall off. But I got a plan for a big, heavy snowfall where my tarps will work perfectly. have a plan. I'll let y'all know if it worked. Because if this one hadn't worked, I'd have said, it didn't work, y'all. I tried this. I try to be a little transparent, maybe less transparent this year than last year because I was attacked last year because I didn't know who Twitch was. So I don't, and that made me, I'm sensitive. And so that made me not want to be as transparent this year. So I don't want to be attacked. Like, y'all notice how I didn't really say that I didn't know who the other young lady was who died. I didn't say I don't know who she is. Because if I say I don't know who she is, people will attack me. Like, oh, you wanted her to die. Why you think it's funny? And I'll be like, no, I just didn't know who she was. Oh, you didn't. So sometimes, just don't mention it. Don't be vulnerable. Black men in 2023, if you know nothing else, don't be vulnerable. Hold it all inside. Just hold it all inside. And that way people can't attack you. I think that's about it, y'all. Rick says he'll hit me up later. All right. Anthony, you can send me a message. We can get together and we can figure it out. We can get together and we can figure it out. We're going to make it happen in 2023. We're going to make it happen in 2023. Renita says she liked to shoot too, but haven't since early summer. We gonna put it together. Anthony, Rick, me, and anybody else who want to join. We gonna put it together. All right. Let's see. If you won't take a GoFundMe personally, can we do it for your hairline? Yes. Ross Freeman is apparently he's going to start a GoFundMe. And I don't exactly know how it works. I've never started one, but just do it for the hairline. And you get us all the information and you tell me, tell us how much you're raising. And, maybe we'll participate. Scott says he in. Janice is in. She want to join the shooting club. So, yeah. See, Will? You see? And he wasn't talking about you. You see, Will? See? You just have to notice. You have to know these people. Even if it wasn't about me, it was aimed at me. James says, nah, sounds like an accident happened, gun club. No. Let's hope not. People can use guns and not have accidents. Let's see. Lewis say, when was the last time I went to Golden Corral? That last time, I don't even remember when I got that little, I thought it was honey butter, but it was that stuff. I don't even know what to call it now, but it was that gel fake honey butter stuff. Remind me of what, Pamela with her fake gravy starter. It was like fake butter spread, but it was just nasty. That's the last time I've been there. There's nothing else for me to go to Golden Corral for. Honey butter. It was fake honey butter. It wasn't real. It wasn't even, I don't know what it was. I really don't know how to describe it, but it was nasty. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in here, hanging out with me. I hope everyone has an amazing 2023 and beyond. Hopefully everybody makes it through 2023. A lot of people, we lost a lot of people in the world. I think, of course, here in Cincinnati, in the talk radio world, of course, Glenn. We lost Glenn in 2022. And, but I hope that those of us who follow here, I hope we all make it through 2023. Let's try to be nice to each other in 2023. Let's try to, not provoke people. And I mean that seriously. Like, and I'm not talking about Ross Freeman and all that kind of stuff, because them jokes and, he teased me, I tease him. If he mean it, even to be serious, I don't take it that way, just because. But I'm talking out in the world is crazy. The world is crazy. And, the days of, I'm a man and all that. Okay. But being out there provoking people and fighting people and, you're not going to disrespect me and the way he looked at me and the way he did. I'm pushing for, as black men in particular, but black women as well, because black women getting crazy out there too. Let's learn to walk away. If after we try to talk things out, we couldn't talk things out, let's just walk away. And just for this year, well, not just for this year, but if we could just try to be more mindful, not try to provoke people, not try to find people in a situation where people are angry and we call in police and all of that kind of stuff. Let's just try to love each other more. But even if you can't love him or her, just leave them alone. I want to see less black people interacting with law enforcement unnecessarily and being in volatile situations with one another. I really do. Other than that, I don't really have anything to say. Have a happy 2023. I hope something amazing happens to you this year and today. All right? Something life-changing. Until next time, it's been the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. My title is the King of Talk. This is the first time I've said that all year. My title is the King of Talk. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.